While India has done what it had to do, what it should have done, practically creating history where India's response to terror is concerned and hoping that this will create the deterrence that India had always hoped for, now it's the next chapter, viewers. Sensitive times need to be handled very sensitively, and now you move to the diplomatic front of it. At one point, while we are waiting and hoping that Pakistan doesn't retaliate, what India is constantly doing is to engage world leaders diplomatically. Shortly after striking 9 sites in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, sources tell us that India has briefed global powers. United States, Russia, the United Kingdom, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates about the strike. Sources also tell us that senior Indian officials through the course of the night have spoken to their counterparts in a number of countries to brief them on the steps taken by India. India is a responsible nation, viewers. We have taken full responsibility of the strikes on Pakistan, the reason why we did it, why we had to do it, why India's hand was forced to take this action. Meanwhile, NSA Ajit Doval has also spoken to his US counterpart Marco Rubio about the strikes. US President Donald Trump, on the other hand, has reacted to India's military strikes. He's described the situation as a shame. He also said he knew that something was going to happen and urged both countries now to de-escalate. Listen in to Donald Trump.
No, it's a shame. We just heard about it just as we were walking in the doors of the Oval. Just heard about it. I guess people knew something was going to happen based on a little bit of the past. They've been fighting for a long time. You know, they've been fighting for many, many decades.
Any message to
and centuries, actually, if you really think about it. No, I just hope it ends very quickly.
I want to immediately cut across to my colleague Geeta Mohan, who's joining us, our external affairs editor, who's been monitoring the situation very closely through the course of the night. Geeta, immediately after India attacked Pakistan, responsible nation issued out a statement for the world, and then all the diplomatic officers of the country briefed their counterparts in various countries on how India's hand was forced, exactly what India did. The NSA Ajit Doval spoke to his counterpart in the United States of America, stating why India did what it did and giving out exact details. Hoping, Geeta, now you move to the second chapter of this attack, to diplomatically engage leaders, to put diplomatic pressure on Pakistan on not to be foolhardy and retaliate.
Well, the most important part is that India sounding out its allies and partners that these are terrorist camps and terror targets that India carried out precision strikes against. And they were not military camps, they were not military targets per se. The fact that there were 9 such locations that India could target in itself is telling. Pakistan again in denial. The information minister already has come out and said there are no terror camps in Pakistan. The prime minister has come out and said that Pakistan holds the right to respond. So yes, we are looking at escalation right now amidst the conversations that have taken place between India and its partners. The United States of America has responded, none other than President Donald Trump himself, saying that they are looking at it and that they want an end to it as soon as possible. Marco Rubio has spoken with national security advisors of India and Pakistan both and has sought de-escalation at this point in time. They do not want this escalated to a full a war front between India and Pakistan. But having said that, India did what it had to do, sounded out and had a conversation with US, UK, Russia, Saudi Arabia, UAE, important allies and countries that do hold sway and influence over Pakistan. So yes, now the ball is in Pakistan's court to de-escalate, understand the importance of why India had to retaliate and that India can find itself. Preeti, we were discussing all the kind of response that India could have against Pakistan, and they chose only to target terror camps this time around. Not just one particular surgical strike, but they've hit at the heart of the terrorist infrastructure within Pakistan. Bahawalpur, Murid ke, Lashkar-e-Toiba camps, the Markaz, Jaish-e-Mohammed camps and the Markaz there. So So very clearly it was to ensure that there is no camp left where these training can take place and those terrorists can then be sent to India. That's the message that India wants to send across to Pakistan, and the world community, like you rightly pointed out right now, should be speaking to and influencing Pakistan to ensure that there is no response over here, because they could have responded only if India would have targeted the military infrastructure in Pakistan. That was not the case over here. It was very specific messaging that these terror camps, if Pakistan is not going to dismantle, then India will do the job. And since India suffers at the hands of these terrorists who are trained and are allowed safe haven in Pakistan.